All right, we here. Another episode of I Don't Make the Rules. We had a fire one last time. This one, another fire one. First football player I've ever had on my show ever. And I got to give it to the big bro, TJ. Had to get you out here, you know what I'm saying? Realistically, for me, I know I don't pay attention to much football at all, but I will play it on a video game from time to time, NCAA, a little Madden, stuff like that. But I don't really be too locked in. I'm a basketball guy through and through. 100%. But, you know, I had the liberty of meeting you in 2020 going into 2021 at the compound. Shout out to the compound, obviously. And, yeah, man, just welcome to have you. Or I said welcome to have you. I'm happy to have you.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah. So tell us about just, it's a lot of different thought process of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
You know, people see you outside, you know, with your crew, and y'all move as one. I love that. Me and my people move the same way. Then people see you at Transformation Lab. People know you as TJ from Michigan State, and they see the picture of you with the rose, you know. Like, who is TJ? Like
you said, it depends on, you know, where we talking. You know, growing up, you know, I played basketball too, so basketball was my first sport because that was my dad's sport.
Okay.
Then I ended up getting into karate.
Okay.
And then, you know, karate was just a little too slow for me. You know, I wanted something, you know, more, you know, fast speed. And I started watching football a little bit. I asked my dad if I could play. One of the guys at the church was the coach of a PAL team, and they called the Eastside Falcons in Detroit. And that's how I got started.
You remember the coach?
Yeah, Coach Gant.
Okay.
Yep. And then ever since then, you know, just stuck with me. It took off. You know, I still play basketball, you know, but it was just something different about football, you know, being able to go out there and, you know, hit people, you know, and I use that to, you know, go to Michigan State, go to the NFL, make connections. And, you know, like, even like, you know, to this day is, you know, sometimes it's, you know, hard to, you know, look back and, you know, think about like what I could have did more, you know, in my career and everything. But, you know, I wouldn't take it away from anything. The connections I made, the business I created, the people I met, you know, the things I've been able to accomplish post playing football, you know. So, you know, I can always, you know, look back and be grateful for the opportunity to get the opportunity to, you know, play that game.
Yeah. So let's take it back like a quick step. You said karate was too slow for you.
Yeah, it was too slow. It was too slow.
So you ain't want to do like kickboxing or anything else?
I mean, back then it wasn't.
Yeah,
know,
it was just like
growing up. Your parents try to put you on something to learn discipline,
right?
You know, outside of basketball and you know karate, it was just something that you know to me wasn't interested in. And I'm grateful for my parents. You know, they aren't the parents that are gonna make you just stick through something. They're gonna let you, you know, find out what you want to do, find out what you're passionate about, and then go through it. And then that was football. You know, I found that at 7 years old, and ever since I was 7, you know, I just, you know,
it just went off.
It just went off, man.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I got into karate for a second when I was younger, but then I was like, nah, like I got real angry.
It's like every parent try to put their kid in some type of karate, boxing, you know, try to build some.
Well, not in 2025 no more. You know?
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, and that's a perfect pivot right there, because you work with kids.
Yeah.
I see you post about you working with kids and stuff like that. Like, with you having an impact with the community of children today, what's the difference you see between you at 7 years old going to play PAL and stuff like that to the kids now?
I would probably say, I guess parenting in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like my parents, like, they gave me an option. It was an option to do either or. It wasn't an option to do one or not do it. You know what I'm saying? So either it was going to be playing karate or I was going to be in football, but at the same time, I was still in basketball.
Right.
You know, so it was just another sport for me to do. Nowadays, I just feel like parents get those kids an option out. You know, if you know they don't want to do it, they're not going to make them do it. You know, especially football. You know, you hear all about the concussions and stuff like that. So parents kind of shy away from it. And, you know, a lot of times I see a lot of it, you know, with some of the kids that come to the gym, you know, their parents are forcing them to be at the gym.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Force them to, you know, come to do speed and agility training. And I'll straight up, you know, I'll pick up on it in the first 10 minutes. I walk over to the parents and I'm just like, you know, like, at first I ask the kid, do you want to be here?
Yeah. Hey, that's a real question.
If he hesitates, give me a no, I'll go right over to his parents. I'm not going to waste your time, waste his time, waste your money. He want to be here. Find him something that he's interested in.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing. Like a lot of parents think their kids are going to the league or going to do this and do that instead of letting them be a kid and letting them,
Yeah.
you know, find something that they're interested in. So
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest thing. The parenting is some parents are just too like lax, you know, like quick to give a kid an iPad just to shut them up.
Right.
And there's some parents that are pushing their kids too hard.
Yeah.
You got to find like that happy medium, you know, like, you know, see what your kid is interested in. Cause, you know, your kid might be the next, you know, artist, you know what I'm saying? It might be, you know, the next streamer, you know, find something you're interested in as opposed to just put them in sports because you think that's what they're supposed to be doing at that age. You know?
I think I like to utilize the class of 2015 or the 97, 96, 98 babies as an example of like that difference of parenting, of where it was starting to shift a little bit in a way. Because for me, especially on like the last 3-4 shows, I've always touched base on like the children, the difference between then and now, and like the impact. And so for me, I remember it was a big thing between my mom and dad. Of my mom wanted me to play the drums in church. She knew that me playing the drums, 'cause I'm really good at playing the drums. So my mom knew that me playing the drums, I could play in band. There's more scholarships in band.
Yep.
There's more opportunity. You go to college, be in band.
When you're in the right situation.
Playing it in church, you're doing it, you know. That was her thought process. And my dad was like, nigga, who?
Yeah.
Who? You know, who? So my Sundays was like, for a couple years, it was like, well, I get paid to play the drums at church, but I'm trying to go play AAU basketball out here, and it's costing, because I live with my mom, so realistically, it's costing my mama $250, $350, whatever back then. $350 back in 2015 was like the $750 they paying today.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like in between, like I had to play basketball and play the drums. Right. And then I look at certain kids today, it's like even my nephew, my sister gonna get mad at me for saying this, but like my nephew 15, it'd be certain Sundays, he'd be like, Mom, I'm tired. He ain't going to church. And I'm like, Mom would whoop your ass. You tired, you gonna be tired in church, you know, not like you missing out or whatever. And my mama always, you know, she said that too. But then also I look at my sister, I'm like, my sister's class of 2008. So like the way she raised my nephew has to be different from the way my mama raised us, because like my nephew is in school. This dude could work a computer better than me and you. And I say that in all confidence just because like that's what he grew up on. And then you got us where we had to really know how to like utilize our hands, our social skills.
We was outside. You know, I was just talking to somebody about that. Like, you know, we didn't have tablets. I didn't get my first cell phone until I think 7th grade. Before then, you like you said, you knew where the get together was from all the bikes outside. You know, you riding your bikes to the next person's house. Y'all playing video games, hooping in the parking lot, playing pick 'em up, mess 'em up. Like you just doing stuff, you know, outside, like you said, working on being social. Now the kids just hide behind the phone, computer, and you know, and like you said, it's different times right now.
I'm not gonna say the name, but my friend's gonna laugh at this. This kid is actually, he a big basketball player. He going to play at a big school this year too, actually. But this is about 2 years ago, and I'm in the gym, and his mom in the gym and stuff like that, and we were just kind of having a similar conversation. I said, "You don't let him ride a bike? He don't ride bikes." I said, "Hell, you mean you don't ride a bike? He a basketball. He a sophomore in high school. He don't ride a bike?" She said, "It's dangerous in West Bloomfield on the roads. People don't know how to drive." I said, "I rode a bike in Detroit where it's gangbangers and everything else." So this what makes it even funnier. I say the kid's name because he further down on the court. And I say, "You know how to ride a bike?" He go, "It's one of my favorite things to do when my mom leaves." I'm like, bro, it's the parents, man. It's the parents, bro. Like, and I wish I could say their name, but that's a prime example of the parents. Like, they don't. I think it's just as much of an issue within sports in general, like because it's a trickle down effect. So now, like, when I was coaching, I coached a year of high school basketball, and that was the first year it was implemented where you couldn't say you have to run a suicide. we grew up
running
suicides.
Yeah.
They told me I could get fired from coaching for utilizing that word. We needed to come up with another word.
Yeah.
To call it. And I'm sitting there like, I don't have any, I respect that whole thing, but at what point do we know how to differentiate?
Yeah, 100%.
With a lot of these things in life,
There's clearly a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you play the game, if you on that court, you know the difference. You know you're not saying it in a malicious way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, man, times are changed, man. Everything's different now.
Yeah.
Kids are soft.
Yeah.
That's why I can't coach. I can't coach. I don't
I was gonna ask you that.
Patience for it. And just, kids don't have the same mindset we had. You might have a couple on the team, you know that.
Yeah.
But you see it. You see it every day, man. You see it. Kids, they just happy to wear the jersey now.
Yeah.
Happy to post pictures on Instagram in the jersey.
Yeah.
I was, talking to, a couple of my boys, or a couple of my teammates at Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be seeing, some of them, the last couple of years been getting blown out.
Yeah.
Y'all posting pictures the next day if y'all in uniform, man. We was pissed after that. We weren't posting nothing, but social media we wasn't posting like that back in the day. But now everybody got personal pictures. Everybody posting merch because of the NIL. I'm like, bro, y'all just lost yesterday. Y'all just lost the last 6 games.
Yeah.
Y'all not going to a bowl game. So it's just like, I don't know, times are just different now. And I just, from what I grew up in, and like me being a competitor, even like to this day, no matter what it is, it can be with business, it can be whatever. I still got that competitive mindset that I want to be better than this person, that person. Nothing against them, and I want them to think the same thing about me because it ain't gonna do nothing but make us both better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't do it.
So, in what way? I guess this is a great time for this question. In what way would you find yourself going back to Michigan State to help the football program? Just from do you think you would end up going from like a donor standpoint one day, or or is that too much of a complex question right now?
I mean, what I'm doing right now with the gyms and owning gyms and trying to get a franchise of gyms is maybe look out for the players when they get done, right? Because after, every athlete knows no matter what level you go through it, trying to figure out what's next. You get told your whole life you're good at this sport, or you've been playing the whole sport your whole life. That was your identity. Now you got to figure out what's next. So let me try to set up, gyms throughout world, country, different countries for these athletes to fall back on. Have some type of like plan where if I have a gym in East Lansing, okay, that's the gym's transformation lab under my name, but so and so is the owner of that gym. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and he hires other athletes, and then they go open up their own gym.
Yeah.
Try to like pave a way for it. I mean, that's what we've been doing our whole lives. So why make it difficult? Why work for somebody else when you go?
The official, I'm gonna give you $1 million idea on air. The official plan B for football players. Yeah. Like basically like the official plan B of being stable. Yeah. And not only financially but mentally. Yeah. Like because I know for football players, a lot of time, every athlete, but this is a great time for me to address this too, because I have a lot of friends I'm 28, so, realistically, a lot of my friends in their basketball careers coming towards the latter end, right? And one thing I'm noticing with a lot of my friends, a lot of my peers, a lot of, the people that were around me, 3-4 years ago, the world was at their realm, at their hand, and now those same people are like kind of turning around and pivoting and calling me like, yo, Nate, so how do you get into this? Or how do you look at that? You got
to think of what's next.
Yeah, you always thought about the business. Like that was always the difference with me. I always tell people I love basketball, but I love the business of basketball more than I love basketball. Like I love basketball a lot, just as much. But like I love the business just that much more because 100%. The business is what will always be there. Right. The game won't always be there for me, So for you, my $1 million idea of what I said I would give you is, like I said, that stableness of a lot of these athletes don't know where to go, and they get used to doing something every single day.
I've seen it. I seen it with my teammates and my friends firsthand. Yeah, I see some still struggling. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard for you to tell somebody who, like you said, was at the top. People coming up to you asking for autographs and and then you tell me I got to go work a 9 to 5 and talk to somebody else who's
Right.
2 feet shorter than me and
Yep.
just yelling at me and going to
Yep.
be micromanaging me. It's hard for you to go to that.
Yeah.
You know, and
this is all a clip moment too, Mike. Like, cause
so it's just like it's tough. So that's why like I want to like try to like you say like implement something for athletes post. I always knew I wanted to do something because I went through it.
Right.
I went through it, man. I was lost, man. I was trying to figure out what was next, man. I'm going crazy in the house. I'm trying to still working out every single day, put my body through it, hoping, to get a shot when there's no guarantee I'm gonna get a shot.
I think as soon as in 2020 you had thought about going back into the XFL.
I was in XFL.
You were
shut down.
Yeah. And then, but in 2021, you were like on the brinks of thinking about it at a point.
I just opened up my gym, and then I got that the USFL came out, which they just merged with the UFL, with The Rock, and I was sitting at my desk and my phone blowing up. I'm getting text messages, Twitter blowing up. I got drafted to the Michigan team.
Yeah,
just opened up the gym. I had to make a decision right then and there. Do I go and make this quick 40, 50, 60 grand, or do I stay with something that's...
I remember seeing you, like, you were pushing it. I remember that time because you were pushing the gym, but I remember you were, like, still getting your own little workout in as well, like, at that time. So that, like, just that thought process of that, like, what would be your advice to athletes when you on the brinks of, like, because realistically, I mean, pause, but you're still in shape and everything. Like, you could still play if you wanted to. But it really comes down to the thought process of business and plan. And I'm a lot younger than you. Well, not a lot younger than you, but I'm younger than you. And I was kind of at that point of, I have 3 6'8" best friends. I'm 5'9". Do I really want to take the business of basketball more serious or keep trying to pursue playing in college basketball? That's where I was at in 2019, 2020. And it was like, you wrote a plan on this NIL thing and people don't believe in it. You could tell your same friends what to do and how to get more money, and you would make way more money and way more opportunity in doing that than you trying to be the next best Nate Robinson.
Right. 100%.
Like, that's just what it was. So, what's your thought process on that?
You like pretty much on what? Like
just like
pivoting?
Like what's your pivot? Like your advice to the pivot?
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to look up and be realistic. You know what I'm saying? You got to know, look at the opportunities that's in front of you. Is everybody, obviously we still want to play, we want to do this, we want to do that, but like, let's say like one of my boys, he was out the league for 3 years, still training.
Right.
Chances are they're not looking at you no more. You gotta accept that.
Right.
You gotta look for, all right, what's the next? Okay, still train.
Right.
You got to dream. There's always those, miracle stories, but at the same time, you want to set yourself up for something that, something that you could see yourself doing long term.
Right.
And luckily for me, when I was playing in the XFL, COVID shut everything down, so wasn't nobody doing anything.
Right.
So I was sitting at home and I had time to sit back and think about what I want to do, and I still didn't know. When it comes to you.
Yeah.
I went out to eat with one of my friends who was actually my first client. She went through a breakup, lost a lot of weight, asked me to train her, and I kept saying no. Nah, man, I went from playing in the league, even in the XFL, I'm playing on TV. You want me to be a personal trainer at a gym?
No.
Nah, that don't sound right, because, growing up, we ain't, we didn't look into like personal training.
Yeah.
Personal training wasn't huge.
Right.
It was like, you had, a couple, maybe meatheads or like older people who were in the gym and, giving people workout plans. That wasn't what I saw myself doing. But at the end of the day, I looked at she kept asking me, I'm like, all right, bet I can do this. Then she brought one of her friends. Then she brought 2 other friends. Oh, I can make a business out of this.
Right.
Okay, I want to open up my own gym now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the bigger picture as opposed to just being a personal trainer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to open up. That's why I always tell, like, even the people that, train out of my gym. I'm like, yeah, man, you train out of my gym, but at the end of the day, I want all y'all to, if you tell me one day, T, I appreciate everything you did for me, but I'm going to go my own route and I'm going to try to open up my own thing. Go ahead.
Right.
That's the whole point of it. I did it. Why can't you do it?
Right.
I'm not here to, you have your own craft. I have my own craft. So the thing is, for those people that's, pivoting, you gotta look in the mirror and, realize that at some point it's coming to an end.
Right.
And they told us that when I was in New York, sat us down, like what time, let's say I was 21. Okay, you playing in the league for 10 years. I'm 31. You still got your whole life ahead of you.
Right.
I'm 31 now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like, you still got to do something after you get done. That's why everybody you see, no matter if they're millionaires or not, they still working. Tom Brady's still working.
Right.
He's a commentator.
Right.
All these people still got to have to get a job after they get done playing. It's just a matter of what you want to do.
Right.
You know, you got to be realistic. Everybody ain't going to be a Tom Brady.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think you asked me, I thought I was the most talented linebacker, and I still do. It just didn't work in my favor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. And some of my teammates, I'm like, damn, man, it was a dog. Like, he should be in the league. One of my teammates, I had never seen Isaiah Lewis. I never seen a safety that come downhill and just smack shit like he did, bro.
Right.
Like, the way he had an eye for the ball, he had interceptions. He goes undrafted free agent. He don't even get looked at. He don't even get in the minicamp. So when I saw stuff like that, I'm like, all right, man, I gotta, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, no, it can't happen to me. Like, I'm a dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in my preseason games, I was balling. I had 9 tackles, an interception, 2 pass breakups. Ain't no way. They not getting rid of me. They got rid of me the next day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once I start seeing, like you said, the business side of it, it's like, okay, like, I still want to play, but I gotta think of something, because they told you the NFL stands for not for long.
Right.
So now what am I going to do? And I had no clue.
Yeah.
That's why I said COVID happened at a good time, because even between that, when I got cut and I'm going to tryouts and I'm trying to go to the UFL at the time, and I got signed by them, and then that league shut down 24 hours after I got there. It was like a roller coaster, man. I was going through it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I got to make sure, I figured something out, because the way that my mind was racing, the thoughts that were going through my mind, I didn't want, that to, make me do something stupid, or make me, fall into like this little hole where it's hard for me to come back out of.
Exactly.
And I'm missing opportunities because I'm in that hole.
Exactly.
So that's what, these other guys, you gotta sit back, and you gotta be realistic with yourself. It ain't gonna last forever.
I tell everybody, and you basically just said it in so many ways, like, it's not so much reinventing the wheel, it's making the wheel better.
Yeah.
So with Transformation Lab, you didn't reinvent the wheel.
No.
You just made the wheel better.
Yeah.
You made it. I tell people this all the time, and I'd rather hoop than work out.
Yeah.
But I say, if I'm gonna go work out anywhere, I'm gonna go to TJ Gym. And I tell hoopers, babe, you gonna go spend your money on the trainer, you better go to TJ. Because at least I know, like, you're gonna get a life trainer, like, more than just like somebody that's like building you up physically. And I think life is way more than just like, what can you do physically for me? It's more like I spend time with this person because they not only bring me up or build me up as a person, but like my physical is always intact with being around them. So like, I'll use Goat Media and Pure, for instance, right? Like, even the thought process of him bringing the waters. Like, he didn't have to stop to get waters. I mean, get water out the water machine. He got back there in some cups. Yeah. It's like, nah, like, that's just the humility of him and like the thought process. And so I know, me being around him, not only physically with just the water and everything else, but from a mental standpoint, I know he's always going to try to make sure that we're in the most comfortable space while being around him. And so I think people get that same thing from you with your gym and everything else you bring. Now I gotta say this, because every dude in the world be mad that know about your gym for me not to say this. Yeah. What was the trick to you getting so many beautiful women in the gym? God damn, bro.
I told you when I started the business, I started it with women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, my first client was a woman. My first 5 clients were women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And and they're all different ethnic backgrounds.
Right.
So then I'll sit back, and I'm very observant. I peep everything, and I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna open up a gym, I want it to be an all women gym, because listen, the women gonna come because of the women there, whether they jealous of them or whether they want to look like them.
Yep.
On top of that, the men are gonna want to come because the women.
Beautiful women. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like that. And then if the men are married, they're not going there without their wives. So now you got both of them coming there. So I just sit back and just try to and then plus, that's where you wanna, I've been in gyms where like, some gyms are for everybody. Everybody has their own style of gym, right? I want a female-based gym because it's it's less. They bring you more more clients over time. Yeah. Men, as we know, we got egos, right? You tell them, hey man, you you need to train. Nah, I know what I'm doing. I've been lifting my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When there's levels to it,
Yeah.
right? Is everybody has their own style of training.
Yeah.
And like for me, like I'm not one person who's not going to keep learning. Like my strength coach was in two of my strength coaches are in the USA Strength Coaching Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I already know I got a leg up on anybody else that trains because I've been learning from them since I was 17, soaking up everything. Right. And to this day, I still hit them up and still like, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, sending them plans. Like, do I need to tweak anything? Like, hey, any advice on like if I want to target a little bit more of this glute? They dialogue, right? We're talking back and forth because now I'm just like them now, in the same position. They're training people, I'm training people. So I think like me making it like more of a female-based gym, which increases more females coming through. And then also me like being able to know what I'm talking about. Let alone I already played in the league. I played in college for a Power 5 team. When I was in college, we were top 5 team 3 out of the 4 years I was there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like the resume speaks for itself.
Right.
So now I got to put everything I learned into changing these bodies. Now when I got what I asked for. I got the women, I got the men in the gym. Now what am I going to do with it to keep them there? You got to change their body. Right. You got to change their body and their mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Here's this may be I don't make the rules, or you just let it be what it is. Who would you say is your most proudest client you've ever had? Like, damn, that was a transformation, and like they would be happy to like
my
get
first
that shot.
client, Jen, because when she came to me, she was under 100 pounds.
Really
skinny.
Okay.
Now you see her today. Every girl like, man, I want her body, I want her butt, like because she been with me almost 5 years now, and we just been grinding. It's been right by my side through everything. Even when I opened up the gym, she helped me paint. So her.
Shout out to Jen.
Shout out to Jen. Yup. Another client that she started, Mike knows her, Vicky. Vicky came to me. She came to me for boxing. Okay. And then we boxed for a little bit, and then I'm like, she's like, man, I really want to get more into strength training. Like, I'm trying to grow my body a little bit more. Right. Because the trainer she had at the time just, it wasn't the right fit for her, which is okay. Everybody has their own fit. So I'm like, okay, cool. And when you see like and Mike will tell you the transformation she had in a year. Okay. In a year, I don't know if we can clip it for her and Jen, and you can like,
we're clipping that for
we'll clip it like both
Jen,
her and Jen.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You talk about two girls that today, if they had the right team, if they had like the right like you said setup, and like they would be big like Instagram fitness influencers because of their body, their personality.
It ain't too late.
It ain't too late. I try to get them every single time, but they women a little bit hesitant.
Yeah, well, we collabing with y'all, so this y'all time right here.
And then the last one, my client Olivia. Olivia came in. She was a heavier girl, overweight. First day, passed out. Okay. Like out cold. We nervous. Like, hey man, like, we smelling salts, type shit in the gym, and came back the second day, threw up on the side of the building. Didn't think she was coming back. I ain't gonna lie. Right. Third day, came back, threw up again. I'm like, this is all 1 week.
Yeah, you like, she's done.
After this weekend, she gonna have to do some deep, some deep diving into her inner self and see if this is what she want to do. Came back Monday, been back ever since, doing 2 a day. My girl lost 150 pounds in not even a year. It'll be a year in November. That's what I'm saying? She come box in the morning, come weight train in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? So, and just seeing like the confidence that these people have, because it's like all of us, right? Like, when we get a haircut, we feel more confident when we don't got a haircut. Yeah. The same thing with the women, right? If they look at all we do online every day is compare ourselves to people. Right. Especially women. Right. Oh, they look at this girl. Oh, look at her body. Look at her body. Look at this. Look at that. Now they kind of see people talking about them like that. So now they, it's a confidence boost. The girl lost 150 pounds, bro. She come in the gym now. She come up work. She got her high heels on, like the tight sweater. Like she feel good about herself. And that's like the biggest thing that I love is more than anything is like people feeling confident about themselves. Fuck how like how they feel they look, and they have the biggest butt, like the way that they can dress themselves now, that they see stuff online that they want to order now because now that they can do that because they feel comfortable. That's my biggest thing. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually like so heartwarming to hear that, because like a lot of people that own gyms, especially like you and Lumbo are two people that do it for the right reasons. Y'all own gyms for the right reasons. You know, like not once did I ever hear you say, I knew the money of this and this and this.
Yeah.
Like ever. It was like I knew I could get them to come back.
Yeah.
And make them consistent. Everything is long term. What you're talking about, you know, and nothing has been short term. And you come from a not for long league.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of crazy how you can be able to, when you come from something, your thought process has to be different.
Yeah.
And so you spent basically probably a quarter of your life chasing not for long.
Yeah.
To find something that's going to be for a very long time. Yeah. Because even if you decided, you know, somebody came to you with $50 million and told you to buy out Transformation Lab, whatever, right now.
You wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody already tried to come. They tried to come. They tried to come with a better offer. Come from the West Coast.
Really?
Yeah. Asked me what I was selling. I said no.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, like I said, like it's something like, you know, Mike's been in there. You just, it's different, bro. You could, like, yeah, we put in work, you know, and I think every gym puts in work. It's, right. You know, they all got their own different niches, but it's a different vibe when you walk in there. And you know, the reason why is because I always wanted, like, I always bring everything back to what I experienced, right? A locker room.
Yeah.
When you go to high school, you already know the kids. You grew up with them.
Right.
You go to college. Those are people from all over the country that you probably would have never met before. You got country, you got dudes from the hood, you got people dudes from the suburbs, you got, you know, people who have no parents, have one parent, have both parents, and you learn how to mesh, right? Yeah. And y'all become one. And we did a good job of that at Michigan State. That's why we was successful. Yeah. That's why we finished top 5. That's why we were Rose Bowl champions. That's why we did what we did. And I realized that. So when I opened up a gym, that's why I have so many different ethnic backgrounds. We got black, white, Chaldean, Albanian, Asian, everybody. And you wouldn't be able to, and these people would, and I guarantee you, and I ain't gonna say it's because of me, I'm gonna say it's because of the gym. It wasn't because of the gym. These people would not be friends going out to eat and doing that because that's just not, we hang out. I didn't hang out with them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I didn't know. I grew up in Detroit, then I moved out to New Baltimore. I didn't know what Chaldean was. I didn't know what Albanian was. I just knew black, white, Mexican, right? Because that's, you know, but now when I open up the gym, I'm getting familiar with their culture. They gave me a book, you know, how to speak Chaldean. Really? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, just seeing, you know, me accept their culture, them accept my culture, you know, because every culture has a stereotype. Right. You know what I'm saying? They have a stereotype about black people. Right. We have a stereotype about, you know, whatever. And I think that's the biggest problem in the world. Stereotypes. Yeah. You just like, you know, like even like people come, you know, you're not, you know, I get to catch them sometimes. You know, you're not like, you know, I tell everybody, you're not like the, you know, typical, you know, like black guy. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Yeah. You know, like that's what you see on TV and what you see on TV and what you see like on Instagram. That's not how, you know, you got people from every different race that are good and bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, those dudes that you see on TV, they might give you the shirt off their back and you calling them hood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you got to get to know the person. Yeah. And that's what we do. I make sure everybody gets to know each other. That's why, you know, I the events, right? We do the fight nights. We do I take them to the Pistons game. We go Top Golf. We go bowling. Yeah. Just so like you get around the other people. And bring your cousin, bring your boyfriend, bring whoever, and then they get to come and see. You know how many girls I got in the gym now, their boyfriend would let them come to me. Yeah. And now their boyfriends come to the gym and they come to the gym without their girlfriends now because they like, man, I love T, you know, like that. Like, you know, you were right, you know, because, you know, on the outside looking in, you don't know. Yeah. But then once you get to know somebody, you know, it's different. You know,
that's why I wanted to put
those are my
you
guys
here.
Now. You know what I'm saying? We talk same music taste. We talk about we hoop. We go play volleyball. You know, I hit them up before I hit they girls up, and that was my clients long term. Right. You know, just because it's just like I said, it's just the vibe that we built in there.
It's almost like you got a chance to build a revamped family of a locker room.
100%, and that's what I wanted to do.
And that's why I just said a second ago. A big reason why I wanted to make sure I got you on the show too is because I've never seen you do a podcast, really. I mean, I'm sure you have, but I've never seen you on a podcast to where you just got to actually straight express who you were and like everybody has the narrative of what Instagram allows you to see. From the outside looking in, you see this guy who was the star in college. He made it to the NFL. He did his thing. He leaves the NFL after COVID, and he starts this awesome gym. Everybody's a part of the gym. Everybody want to be in the gym, but you got to be somebody to get in the gym. Yeah. That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah,
you just got to have a good heart and really be consistent with your work to want to be there, right? Yeah. And so, like you said, the stereotypes and things like that, like it's just really cool to hear you like really say what it really is, and then also, with what you put out onto social media is what people believe, right? So, like you said, the volleyball, the Pistons games, the fight nights, people see that you've built a team.
Yeah.
And when people see that you build a team, it's tough to try to like break that team up. So people don't even try it for the most part. And people actually envy it and want to be more a part of it, if anything. They just don't know how. Yeah. So, you basically just kind of told them, like, look, like, I'm an open book. If you want to work hard and come in the gym, and it's what you could do.
Yeah.
Whether you in a relationship or not, both of y'all come.
Both of y'all come, yeah.
Like, this for everybody kind of thing, but it's not for everybody, Mm-hmm. So, what would you say? I always got to ask this. What would you say your I don't make the rules moment, one of your I don't make the rules moments was in life? So I could give you an example, one of mine. Like just last week, and I said I wasn't going outside. And got caught on a Friday night, 8 o'clock. My boys, like, it's early last night, got to go out. We end up, Big Booth, top of Loves and Tequila, 5 bottles, whatever, that kind of thing. And caption was in real life, right? So I know you got plenty of, what would you say, like, one of your moments is where you like, I can't explain how my life is the way it is, but it just is what it is. I don't make the rules, man.
I don't even know, man. I got a lot of nights like that, just from...
It don't necessarily even got to be a club night. Like, it could be like you getting drafted, whatever the case may be, like, where you was like, I'm here. And like, no, even if I spiral down, I know who I am. And like,
I think it was, I would say, like, after I opened the gym, you know what I'm saying? Because I was, we struggled, you know what I'm saying? Like, I struggle mentally, like we talked about earlier. But it's hard when you don't initially have a plan B, because most of us don't. They tell you to have a plan B, and everybody say it ain't gonna be me.
Right.
Everybody always say it ain't gonna be me. I'm gonna be playing for a long time. And being able to build something and continue it, how I've been doing it, after everything mentally that I went through behind closed doors that nobody really, nobody know about, because, it's my problem. I got to deal with it head on. And being able to continue to grow and continue to help others grow. I think that's the moment. That'd be the one, over planning, it was great. Like playing at Michigan State, I'll go back every single day, and do it all over again, man. Because it was just fun, and we, like,
it was like being a kid again.
Yeah, we built something special, but being able to be at the lowest that you can be at, and being able to battle that secretly, and continue to come in with a smile on your face, continue to be there for other people, continue to help other people, continue to build something that is going on now 4 years in October, as we expanded and added to it. Yeah. And like I said, I want to eat the punch lab, and then I want to keep growing and seeing the fight nights take off and seeing everything, and just be sitting back. And even one of my trainers, TJ, he always be like, at fight night, he'll just tap me or look around like, bro, look what you created.
Shout out to TJ, man.
You know what I'm
saying?
TJ real. Like, he'll be like, him and Tone. They be like, bro, look, I'm proud of you, man. Look at everything. Look at all these people you brought in here. They came here because of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They came.
Tone Rodriguez?
Yep.
Okay, so quick caveat to that. So I was on the phone with my boy Ty. Shout out to Ty. He's Jamal Kane's manager. I was telling him, we were just talking earlier, and I was like,
Ty box with Tone.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, I was like, I got to shoot a pod with my big bro. He like, oh, TJ? Oh, shit. Like, and he showed me Tone's Instagram. He was like, they locked in. That's his guy for real. And so for you to say that, like, obviously I knew it was factuals, but that just showed the level of, y'all relationship and the sincerity. And you need good people around you like that to kind of
man.
pinch you in those moments.
You need good people, because, y'all need to pick each other up. That's why I kind of started like a little men's mental health group. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the gym and everything. So we got like a nice group. We're actually going to Pilates this Saturday.
Okay.
You know, just because I know we all, you know, because when I did it, I made an event at the gym, and you would be every single person. I think it was like 30 dudes in there.
Mm-hmm.
All 30 dudes wanted to at a moment where they tried to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Nobody knows besides the 30 dudes in that room.
Right.
Why don't we know? Because we don't talk about it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, you want to hold things in strong. Like me, I just happened to be, you know, strong through my faith. I had a good support system.
Right.
When I was going through what I was going through and I made it out. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people succumb to, you know, not having that and then ends up, you know, taking their lives. So that's why I always, you know, I'm gonna tell my boy, and I'm proud of y'all, man. You know, all my boys, hey, like one of my best friend, Darren Harris, just got the New York Giants, you know, coaching gig, you know, after, you know, they just fired the athletic director. He was assistant athletic director at Michigan State. You know, happened to work out perfectly. My other guy, Donovan, got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Like, hey, man, I'm proud of y'all.
Right.
And we don't hear that enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I make sure I tell, you know, all my guys, I make sure, you know, and then even like, you know, some people, you know, they, you know, when people tell you, like, you be like, hey, man, T, I'm proud of you, man. And the biggest thing I hate was when people be like, man, don't make his head big.
Yeah.
First of all, that compliment could have saved my life that day.
Yeah.
We don't hear it enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like it's stuff like that that's like, you know, I don't know if I classify it as like hating or it's like, or maybe it's a joke, but like they don't understand what we go through on a day. Like, man, I needed to hear that.
That's a real that's a real thing right there. And I'm gonna definitely touch base with that right now because I have friends that are very similar.
Yeah.
Actually on the way here, and shout out to P. Like I said, you got people in your life that you when you're around them. P was saying to me, Nate, you just scratching, like really trying to take your podcast serious.
Yeah.
We started this 2 years ago. You've had NBA Hall of Famers, NFL guy now, NBA front office, all the time. Like he named like the actual credentials of the people I had on my podcast. And I sat there at the light and I'm passing my mom's house. My mom lives 2 blocks away from here. And I was like, damn, like I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Like I never thought about that, right? And Pia said, I'm proud of you. And like him telling me he was proud of me,
that
literally like right before, it meant so much because I never took a second to like actually think about like my mom's house is 2 blocks away. I'm fucking dirt poor. Yeah. Like I mean, I'm still don't got nothing yet, but like 5 years ago, it's COVID. Yeah. I'm living in my mom's basement.
Yeah.
Like literally. And now you tell me 5 years later, I'm driving my Range Rover, going to shoot a show with a Michigan State legend. Yeah. You're like, right? Like certain things just don't, you know, so, but to the friend point of them not letting, those are people, and this is me getting in my faith, those people's spirits weren't like, haven't been blessed enough. Yeah. Or they haven't allowed their spirits to be blessed enough. And so they walk around with uncertainty in their own heart because they don't believe somebody else would say or truly means it about them. Right. You know? Yeah. So it's almost an insecurity. I call it insecurity. Because I have friends that are, Nate, I love your podcast, blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, man, that shit ain't like Mason them. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah. But if I asked you to come on there, you would want to get 100%. Right?
And you say it right, and then you smiling, that shit make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm proud of you, man. You know, you come up to me, man, you're an MSU legend. And of course I'm a smile, bro. Like, you know, that's what makes me, don't let that, it's gonna go to his head. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's I don't know, it's always tough, you know, like I guess like seeing that or like hearing that just because, like you said, like I said earlier, like bro, people don't know like what you go through. Yeah. You know, like even like somebody, oh man, T, I like that outfit, man. You look sharper in that suit. Yeah. Like you look handsome. Oh, thank you. Oh, don't let his head go big. But you don't know, growing up my whole life, I hated that I was dark skinned. Mm-hmm. So me hearing that, it's that little kid in me like smiling. You know, I'm like, man, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm smiling because like I never felt that way growing up. Yeah. So now when you get older and some people say that to you, like, oh, okay, that make me feel good. It's not because I think, oh, I'm the shit, you know, stuff like that. So I think, you know, that's another point, you know, that doesn't get talked about either. You know what I'm saying? The way like people, you know, like like you said, give people their flowers.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what we need to do. Like, give me your flowers. Mike, give me your flowers. Everybody needs to get their flowers while they're here, because we always do it when people gone. All of a sudden, you boo-hoo about it. Like, you know, when they was here and you didn't, you know, show them that you appreciated them.
Right.
You know, so I always, you know, like TJ, Tony, you know, my other boys that, you know, teammates will reach out to me, hey, man, I'm proud of you. Like, even it'd be strangers.
Right.
And it means a lot, like you said, because what it took to get to where we are, people don't even know the half of it.
Right.
You know, and you know, like I said, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you having me on here, man. Even the kind words, MSU legend, stuff like that, you know, because, you know, I always felt like, man, I could have did more in college.
Right.
I know I did enough. You know, I did enough. I had a great career, but like, I always be hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to hear you say that is, you know, it make, you know, it's like, all right, man, I appreciate that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can be at ease a little bit. You know what I'm
So I gotta ask you because I know it's gonna be a question that's wondered. So what's the love life? What's your plans for the future? Things like that.
I mean, love life, I mean, not really anything, you know, right now.
Is it a special one that you need to lock in?
You said it's a special I need to lock in?
That she needs to lock in, you know?
I mean, so with me, like, it's hard with the gym too, because a lot of girls, like you said, they see the girls and it's an insecurity. You know what I'm saying? If you're not strong enough to handle that, like, I'm in there and I got to post these girls on my Instagram all day. You know, that's my job. I got to take these videos. If my clients text me all throughout the day, my phone, you know, I might not see your text or my parents' text, because I got clients text me all throughout the day, and a lot of them are female. You got to be able to be strong with that. And, you know, sometimes, you know, the talking stage, it goes from, you know, you understand that till you start to get serious. You know, it kind of bothers me that.
Yeah.
You know, and then, then you got to realize, you know, either you can handle it or you can't. And then, you know, of course, like most women can't.
You need a strong one. That's
you need a strong one. Someone, you know, strong, somebody who's also as busy. You know, somebody who's doesn't have to sit around and worry about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And they got their own life, they got their own career going, and then we end up talking at the end of the day when we all, you know, we get back together and we, you know, push each other. So that, I mean, that's where I'm at right now. And I know it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It's just
she on the West Coast. She run a gym on the West Coast somewhere. You just ain't met her yet.
It might be a doctor. It might be, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm just, you know, I'm gonna, you know, continue to be me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna change for anybody. I'm still gonna be the same person. I want, at the end of the day, like I tell anybody, if Jen called me and she needed me, I'm gonna go and, you know, what do you need? Obviously, there's boundaries, right?
Right.
But she's my first client. Without her, none of this would be possible.
Right.
I wouldn't open up a gym. Right. I don't know what I'd be doing.
Right.
If she ain't stay on me, hey, will you please train me? Can you please train me?
Right.
I feel like certain people come in your life and she's been with me this long, and she'd helped me build that gym. Like I wouldn't be a good friend, you know, a good person to, just because I got a girlfriend, or, you know, I can't, you know, help out my friend in a time of need. You know, obviously, like we said, there's boundaries.
Right.
Now, I'm not picking you up from the bar. I'm not doing this. I get you an Uber, you know, but like, you know, I need somebody, you know, who understands, you know, that like these people are, at the end of the day, like you said, they pay my bills at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's my family.
That's my fam, and I'm gonna be there for them.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand it.
I definitely, you know, I understand that to a T with me managing athletes.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, my fiance is like, there's going to be random girls that follow me on Instagram. There are going to be girls that are going to reach out, DM me, and be like, yo, y'all going out tonight? I'm trying to go out with wherever you going, whatever. And it's not necessarily me that she's going out for. Yeah. She's going out for, I got my kid on Instagram and everything else. She's hitting me up to go out with the niggas
100%.
that want her there, you know? Yeah. And so it's I'm glad you touched base on that, because a lot of women get upset about not understanding, oh, well, I never let my guy, that's the problem right there. I'm not letting you do anything, and you're not letting me do anything. We're two adults. I respect you, you respect me.
100%.
This is what I do in my life, and this is what pays my bills.
Right.
I chose, like, you're choosing to talk to me. I'm choosing to talk to you. Now, if you got to do this or whatever throughout the day,
and I'm going to respect you.
Then I got to respect that.
I'm going to respect you, and I expect you to respect me. But at the end of the day, like you said, you knew what I was doing before we start talking.
Right.
That's how you found me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they found you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you knew what my goal, I told you. If we was talking, I'll let you know what my goal is to my long-term goal.
Yeah.
You know, and my long-term goal is not to train. It's with have the gyms and just sit back and let other athletes or other people, you know, run them.
Yeah.
And if you know, either you with that or you're not. You
Right.
know, in the meantime, I got to be there.
Right.
I got to be 24/7.
Right.
You know, if some girl messaged me at one, hey, what are your prices? I'm gonna message her back with my prices.
Yeah.
That's money on the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that could set us up for our future. And that one client, nobody never know. That one client could take you over the top.
Yeah.
You already know that. Like,
Seriously.
that's no different. The one client, the one person you sign could take you over the top.
Easily.
You get what I'm
Easily.
saying? So like, you know, you just gotta, you know, find somebody who understands.
Prime example of that. Quick shout out to the Rancilio family. I was training little Lenny, and I've been training him for years. And his dad hit me up and was like, "Look, I know COVID's happening or whatever, or like COVID happened. I got a basketball court in my backyard. Can you just come train my son in the backyard?
Yep.
I need him working on basketball, like whatever." Fast forward, they're one of the people who had invested into the compound. So when I needed a gym, you were there the first night I ever had my run.
Yeah.
That was because the Rancilio family connected me with Lumbo.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that one client propelled to me being able to run my management group out of the compound now. And that changed my entire life, like my entire life, you know? So I feel you 1,000% with that one client. And that's how I feel about Lil Lenny. Lil Lenny he not hooping right now no more or whatever. He just graduated from high school. But like I tell him all the time, you damn near like my blood little brother. You caught me in the middle of the night. You need, because you don't even understand what you did. Like you don't understand what your family did for my life with me just training you.
Yeah.
And so I always tell his dad, like, whether he wants to get into sports, whatever connection I got to be able to propel him, just call me, let me know. Yeah. And if I'm gonna do it as much as I can, you know.
That's the same thing with me. Like I started training a guy, Sama Baidoon. And then his dad, you know, looked out like, man, I appreciate you, your son. I want to invest in your gym. And like I said, like, you know, once we take off, like I want to, of course, my man, you got to break him off. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure, you know, just show him a token of my appreciation because, you know, he believed in me. You know what I'm saying? And even I got another client now who, you know, who saw my vision in the punch lab. Here, man, don't even worry about paying me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pay you back just because that's, you know, who I am. But, you know, I appreciate that. Like you said, that one client, you never know. And then he sees the punch lab taking off, then he might want to invest in one in East Lansing. Yeah. Then, okay, let's put one in Toronto. Yeah. Okay, then let's put one here just because he sees the vision. So it's dope to see people that believe in you. And it's always crazy that it's always total strangers that believe in you.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. It's always the people that you would never think that you would cross paths with that believe in you.
Yeah. Way quicker and way, like, out of nowhere than anybody. Like, you know, and then what's even wilder is the people that you're close with wonder why those people are fucking with you. And you're like, bro, you've been here since the beginning. My childhood best friend is not my client. Yeah. And he's the one who kind of gave me the vision of wanting to be the manager, wanting to really, motherfucker win SEC player of the year and everything else, right? But it was his rival in college who wanted me to manage him, who really wanted me to, like, show him around and whatever, you know? And so I know that too.
That's another life lesson. You're going to find out real quick, especially like those players that you were saying at the pivot. Start telling your friends your ideas and just watch their reaction. And then you'll know. And then that's when you need to know. That's the one you need to know. You need to distance yourself from them. It's going to be like, oh, yeah, you should do that. Oh, yeah. Then you hear somebody like you said, that little ass podcast. Yeah. Podcast, everybody doing that. It ain't going to be like some mate shit. Yeah. You got to listen to people's reaction when you tell them stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm very observant now. And I've been observant since I've been playing in the league, because I just, you know, watch little things. I'm like, all right, you know, try to take a little bits and pieces of every situation and then try to, like, you know, all right, I'm going to do this differently. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to try to find out, like, who's in it, right? You know, with it. Even with the gym. I had people, you know, I helped out people I looked out for, and people back, you know, did some shiesty shit, you know what I'm saying? Or just, like, people just weren't appreciative, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, you learn from that.
Yeah.
You know, no different than friends when I went to Michigan State, when I went to the league, when I got done playing. When I came back from the league my rookie year, we was on party buses and, you know, we was going out and I'm getting tables at Annex and, you know, everything's on me. Then when I got cut, where everybody go?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who funding the bill now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, nobody want to go out no more, huh?
Nobody want to go out.
Everybody want to be inside now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so it's just like, you know, you just got to find that good group of people. And I'm grateful right now at the gym, bro. I got a great group of people, man. And
I was gonna ask you that. Like, did you find yourself like? Because I recently went through that, but like, did you find yourself revamping? Not like changing your friends, but revamping your like certain people that were around you in the last couple of years.
You should continue to be you. And like you said, it's no different than anything you doing. Like people gonna branch off, and then people gonna come in, and then people gonna grow with you.
Yeah.
And I had to have people who branched off. I had people who came in, and I'm telling you, and then I had people who've been with me, Tony, TJ, Lindsay, who been helping me the whole way. You know, I need anything, they there.
Yeah.
I work with the kids. I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking. I got 30 tickets to the Tigers game next week to take the kids over at Great Centers of Hope. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Taking off work, I'll be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they see the heart, they see the vision, and I got new people that come in where they didn't even know nobody in the gym. They might have been there for like a week, 2 weeks. I'm seeing them comment under Vicky's post, TJ's post, Tony's post. You know, just like showing support. Stuff that, you know, we ain't really have like that, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that I've been wanting, you know, people around me to do, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because no different. You post something, let me go ahead and, you know, show my man love. When you post some of your story, hey, you know, I'm proud of you, dog. Hey, man, hey, you know, good luck, good shit.
Yeah.
You know, congratulations on being a father. That's huge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every little thing, you know. So I'm glad I got a team, you know, now that does that because, like you said, it helps you. You know, it makes it enjoyable for you to get up in the morning. Man, I get to see. I get to see my dog today. Like you, I get to see Mike today, man.
Yeah.
Mike, I get to see Nate today. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes like your whole, you know, rest of your life experience even better. And it makes you know that if I have plans of growing something huge, then I can take these people with me and they're gonna help me accomplish that dream.
Right.
You know, so and you know, that's like the biggest thing. But I learned that from football. You know, even with the business stuff, I knew at some point it was gonna happen.
Right.
It's always gonna happen. Whatever you do in life is gonna happen.
Right. I mean, you ain't gonna play football until
You ain't
you
gonna play
was 50.
football. Yeah, exactly. And you seen people drop off for football.
Right.
Right. So it's the same thing happens in business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we've been this whole year, it's been great.
Yeah.
The events we've been doing, watching everybody. Just
When is the
watching
next event?
Everybody grow. August 23rd.
August 23rd.
We got charity event fight night. September 20th. We're doing our first health, beauty, and fitness expo.
Okay.
At the gym. So we're gonna have all these different vendors, small vendors from, you know, around Metro Detroit or wherever, you know, to come in, set up tables and be able to, you know, put themselves, you know, out there. You know, let people see like what they have to bring, like massage therapists, meal prep, clothing, apparel, anything.
Right.
You know, just, you know, I'm like I said, like I feel like I was put in this position to help other people. You know, I have a platform from playing sports and, you know, continue doing what I'm doing. So why not help everybody else, you know, reach, you know, what they're trying to do.
Yeah, y'all got to be at them fight nights. Them fight nights the best shit.
Yeah, the fight nights be going up.
Yeah, that's a lot of the boys.
Yeah.
They be like, damn, bro, like why you ain't take me to fight night? I'm like, you drive there. It's like 20 minutes away. Everybody think it's like super far until they really punch the address in. And oh shit.
Yeah, they come to fight night and in a minute we're gonna have to need a bigger location because every single one they keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
You know, so
who you trying to get to participate in fight night? Because I know you be getting like certain people that's like random.
I like the local people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it gives them like these people who, you know, never had that, felt that like, you know, you went out tunnel at Michigan at Spartan Stadium with 75,000 people cheering you, people cheering your name, or the NFL. People never felt that. So now this is your opportunity, right? Your opportunity to have your whole family here. Like you said, 20 minutes away. One girl, she trains at Title. She's actually gonna be the main event this fight.
Okay.
Shout out Jess.
Okay.
She brought 60 people.
Yeah.
To come to watch her fight. Clients, family, her kids. Like she brought 60 people out. Bro, that's the highlight of somebody's life.
Right.
That's something that you will always remember for the rest of your life. Out of everything you do. Hey, the first time I fought, and you remember, all y'all came out and I won.
Yeah.
And I got videos to prove it. Like, come on, man. That's why I like the local people, because they bring the whole family out, and it's huge for them. We give them walkout songs, DJ come, stuff that you only, as you only get that if you turn pro.
Right.
Everybody not gonna be pro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna be pro, and everybody not gonna be on the right side of being pro, because there's two sides. Right? There's the A side and the B side.
Can we get? This is my only request.
What?
And I feel like this is gonna be real cool for me to say. It just came to my mind. We need a fight night. U of M versus Michigan State, and y'all do like the motherfucking quarterbacks versus the linebacker, or like the quarterback versus quarterback or something like that.
We can set that up.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really see who really whoop who ass.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm rocking with Michigan State on the scrap side. But
we could definitely set that up.
I think that
would be dope. We need a bigger venue for that though.
Yeah, you're gonna need a bigger venue.
Yeah.
But I want to be a part of that. I just want to be my fiance's father went to Michigan, and shout out to you, Mr. Neff. But I want to see some U of M dudes get their ass whooped. I just want to for the family.
I tried to do one. I tried to do like a Greg Jones. I think it was like Greg Jones and Devin Gardner, but it fell through. It was like one of the first fight nights. I'm down to get that going. I always wanted to. This never happened because I was trying to do one at Spartan Stadium. Because Darian was the athletic director, so I'm like, who do I talk to? I'm trying to get in contact. Nobody's messaging me back. And, so I tried to set up one, and I was gonna fight at that one. I was gonna try to get Le'Veon in there. Try to get we fight. Other either influencers or try to pack that place out. So that was like my end goal for like a big ass fight night, a big ass venue at either Michigan State. Or even, I don't know, Jimmy John's field. Who knows?
I got a venue where we could do a fight night. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
But I got it already set up for you if you really want to do it. And y'all owe me a favor. I know who y'all are. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And I think it seat about 6,000, 7,000.
Yeah. See, that'd be huge, man. That's something that, and that's what's in right now. The fight nights, the little the backyard brawls. That's what people want to see. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't really so calculated. Like people, boxing is it's a science.
You ever thought about doing a fashion show?
I did. Of course I did. Yeah, that was. But trust me, I got ideas out the ass, bro. No homo.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah, pause that. I got so many ideas, man. And that's why like this health, beauty, and fitness expo. Like I've been wanting to do this for like the past year.
Right.
Didn't have a team to help me grow, help me do it. Now I got people. All right. My bad. Oh, what do you need?
Right.
How can we help?
Yeah.
Like even when I did the men's mental health event, I didn't even ask them. The women trainers were in there setting up balloon arches and stuff like that, setting up the tables, just because like they see.
Do you want to shout that out too?
Yeah, like Lindsay, Jahan, like I appreciate even like my clients.
No, the name of the mental health group, or is it not open for people?
So it's just a couple guys. We got a group chat and we're growing.
Yeah, I
right
can't
now,
be a part yet.
Right now we got like 10 dudes. And we every single day, every other day, we just send encouragement in there, like different Bible scriptures. Try to set up different times where we link up. Like I said, this Saturday we're going to Pilates at my client studio out in West Bloomfield, Core 34. Shout out Lavonda. She's gonna put us all through like a dope little like Pilates, and then we're gonna go grab something to eat, fellowship. And that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. I got something similar to that with my guys. Shout out to Power Play and all my people. We got something called Full Court Faith. And basically it's a group chat on Instagram, bunch of basketball players, people who's all involved in basketball, but certain people that's involved just in sports in general. And we had started it just to start sending scripture just for men to be more open and transparent. So I definitely think we need more and more stuff like that going around. Yeah. And I definitely got to get with you about us putting together an event on something, because, it's all about building other people up, and that's what I got from the main thing of the podcast. So realistically, anything else you want to say for the pod?
Oh, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Honestly, I think this is a great episode. I'm very content with what we were able to talk about and people getting a clear view of TJ all the way from, I'm about to put your government out there, December 1st. What was it, 93? What did I say, 89? 90, I don't know. I gave you a couple years. Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy as hell. My bad, 93. But, you know, all the way to now, and I think that's the most important part, to highlight your life and give you your flowers and just appreciate you for being who you are in our community. With that being said, that's basically a wrap for I Don't Make the Rules. I got to shout out my little baby Mila. You're a princess. I love you. Shout out to Power Play, Goat Media, and all the people I got in my corner. And prayerfully, we get no more dildos on the WNBA court. I'm sick of that shit. All right. Conversation over. Podcast done.